Visuals that are coming in at the moment. This is Prime Minister Narendra Modi all set to leave for Israel. Prime Minister Modi is in Israel for 30 hours. It's a packed session for Prime Minister Narendra Modi. This is Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The visuals you just saw. Prime Minister Narendra Modi leaving for Israel. He will be in Israel for 30 hours. Very, very crucial. What we now need to do with regards to defense ties between India and Israel, that is something that will be discussed, how to take the trade forward, and also conversation will take place with regards to the much delayed FTA. The free trade agreement between India and Israel is also something that will be discussed in this very crucial meeting. Now, this is a meeting, not just India and Israel actually are looking forward to. The entire world very keenly is now looking at the kind of deals that we will see taking place between India and Israel. My colleague Shivani Sharma is now joining me on the story. Shivani, this is a very crucial visit that is being done by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. In fact, Prime Minister Modi will become the first Indian leader to even speak in the parliament in Israel. Defense ties, that is something that we will see being the focus of the conversation that will happen.
Aishwarya, Israel has been an important defense and strategic partner to India, and Prime Minister has already departed for Israel, and it will be a very important visit, especially when he will be addressing the Knesset there, that happens to be the Parliament of Israel. He has been meeting the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, and both of them have been calling each other their friends more than the diplomatic partners. And now, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he will be in Israel, he'll also be talking about the economic ties and also the defense ties between India and Israel. Israel has been an important supplier of multiple defense equipment to India. When it comes to the drones, it was the country that had started the initial orders to India of the Heron Israeli drones. And now we know that this partnership is moving ahead very swiftly. And India and Israel, they share a robust and a multifaceted strategic partnership. That's what Prime Minister has also said in his departure statement when he's starting this visit. And he'll also be meeting the president out there, Aishwarya. So certainly a very important visit. Many people of the Indian origin are also in Israel, and they also look forward to Prime Minister's visit to Israel.
Right. Shivani, we have seen how defense ties have been, if we speak about defense, then that is a sector in which we have seen a lot of collaboration happening. In this visit also, from what we are expecting, a lot of technology transfer and manufacturing is also something that India will be speaking about with Israel.
See, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Aishwarya, he's already announced that India will be owning its own Sudarshan Chakra, the shield, the Iron Dome Israel has. And when Prime Minister will be traveling to Israel, certainly there will be discussions about how to enhance the Sudarshan Chakra in India. Though there is a lot of focus on Atmanirbharta, but certainly there are also talks about the transfer of technology when it comes to drones, counter-drone systems and other defense equipment. So certainly it is important to see that what will be the outcome of this visit. But there are discussions that India, which is moving ahead to build its Iron Dome, its own Iron Dome, will also be taking certain important advancements or certain equipment when it comes to this Sudarshan Chakra. And Israel visit of Prime Minister is important in that regard too.
Right, Shivani, Iron Dome is something that, most of the countries globally have been very keenly looking at. And as you also rightly pointed out, Prime Minister Modi has often spoken about the fact that India also needs to make sure that they also come up with an Iron Dome. So, do you believe that we will see things moving fast forwardly with regards to the conversation that Prime Minister Modi will have? Trade is also something, Shivani, that both the countries will be discussing, and also the long pending issue of the FTA. That is something that India is very keenly looking at, the free trade agreement with Israel.
Aishwarya, this will be a multifaceted visit where defense, economy, people-to-people connect, everything will be discussed. And in this visit, we will be seeing the meetings of Prime Minister with President also out there. And he will also be addressing the Israeli Parliament, the Knesset out there. And this will be not only strategic partnership bonding, strengthening of the ties, and moving ahead with a number of technology transfers or defense ties between India and Israel. We already have a number of number of equipment exchange between India and Israel. We have been taking the drones from Israel. We have certain other equipment also that we have been taking from Israel. And now this exchange, this diplomatic meeting will also be taking this procurement process aggressively ahead. As we've seen that post-Operation Sindoor, there has been a lot of focus on enhancing the drone and counter-drone system, the air shield. And that was announced by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 15th of August last year from Red Fort, that we will be owning our own Sudarshan Chakra that has to be the air shield for the complete country. So in that regard, Israel happens to be a country that has an Iron Dome, that has been an example that how a strong shield can be maintained. And this is what, when Prime Minister is moving to Israel, is being looked at as an important point of discussion between India and Israel, that how India can take that technology and it can bring to the Sudarshan Chakra of Atmanirbharta in India.
Right, Shivani, we have seen how, be it Prime Minister Narendra Modi, be it the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, they have often spoken about the fact that the next step that India now needs to take is to make sure that manufacturing of most of the missiles and most of these products actually is being done in India. That is also something that we have seen the Prime Minister push. The Atmanirbharta that you were speaking about, Shivani, has been the focus point of the government. Time and again, we have seen the top brass of the BJP pointing towards it and also making sure that the strategic partnership that we have, especially if we speak about India and Israel, then that is a partnership that we are very keenly looking at the moment. Shivani.
Certainly, Aishwarya, see, Israel happens to be one of the countries that shares a very strong defense tie with India. And when it comes to technology, innovation, India has been moving ahead aggressively, especially when it comes to the post-COVID era. Remember, there have been more than 1,000 lists on India's defense panel, which we do not import now. We are making for ourselves. And not only for ourselves, but we have also started exporting these defense equipment to the world. And when it comes to technology transfer, it is strengthening the forces of the country with the help of its reliable partners. And Israel happens to be one of the major reliable defense partner to India. We have seen the military exchange between both the countries. There have been exercises being conducted by both the countries, trainings being conducted with both the countries. And now when Prime Minister Narendra Modi is visiting Israel, in fact, and meeting not only the Prime Minister but the President out there, he will be discussing the technology, defense, security, trade and investment and people-to-people ties. So certainly a vast range of issues that will be taken on the table by both the leaders, and India is looking forward to enhance its defense partnership with Israel, especially when it comes to technology transfer, drones and counter-drone systems.
Stay on with us.